Okay, so I realized that I made a mistake. The day before I went on my deload, I made a video basically explaining what I was trying to get out of it. And I uploaded the wrong video and I cleared out my laptop memory because it films up pretty fast. And I just want to take the time now to kind of explain what I was trying to get out of it. I took 7 days off of lifting, almost completely. I still did three days of working out, but those were like classes, and I wasn't able to film them at all. And I explained that I was more or less just not getting anything out of my lift anymore. I would pretty much just feel very tired as far as my nervous system goes. Whenever I was trying to do anything heavy, like the weights were feeling progressively more and more heavy. So, yeah, I wasn't feeling super great about that. And I just thought that I would benefit a lot from doing a good deload. I think probably the biggest eye-opener was I would do body weight squats. Just like body weight squats, like I do all the time. And I could feel the stress in my legs. I could feel like my quad shaking. And that's when I really realized that I needed to take some time off and try to recover. And I before said that, like the day before I went on my deload, I said I was thinking about doing like a deload diary where I don't even really lift, but I just like talk to the camera. But I more or less decided against that. I'm not at the point where I am a vlogger who talks to the camera. So yeah, that's basically what what that whole video was about. It's that compound fatigue, putting all that weight on your back, all those heavy squats, it really like messes with your nervous system. And I just wasn't getting anything, like it was diminishing returns. And my deload went really well. I still worked out. I had those 3 days where I was working out, doing classes. And those were hard workouts. Those were mostly like stamina based. And I did pretty well during those. I was happy about that. However, like I also, I wasn't squatting every day. I know, I feel bad. The squat every day, is over. But I'm still not gonna like recount, like start going from zero. I'm just gonna keep on counting off from where I was at before. So I think that I think the deloads was a smart idea, considering where I was at and what I'm trying to get out of all the lifting. So today it was a pool day, and I was able to these are ladder sets of pull-ups. You start doing 1, then you do 2, 3, 4, and 5 reps with 30 seconds between each set. I did 4 sets of ladders. And I got all the way up to 5. Before I was doing ladder sets going up to 4. And now I did ladder sets going up to 5. And you can see that I fail a couple times. But I was really trying to focus on keeping my form good. Like trying to get all the way down at the bottom. And I thought it was pretty... I thought it was good. One of the biggest things about going from 170 pounds to 200 pounds is that my pull-ups got really tough. I could have done 15 pull-ups before, but I got to the point where I just I could barely do 10 pull-ups. So I've been really focusing on trying to get my pull-up numbers up, and it's been good. I doing ladder sets going up to 4 reps instead of or going up to 5 reps now instead of 4. So in some ways I'm making some progress. It does feel a little bit slow, but it is steady, which I've always, you gotta appreciate slow and steady, especially the increased weight. If I was doing 15 pull-ups at 200 pounds immediately, that's just not how it works. I have to grow into my new body. Just because I gained a lot of weight doesn't mean my lats are suddenly gonna become stronger. Quite the opposite, because pull-ups is a body weight exercise. So I more or less was just focusing on trying to have that good form. I was like, those last couple sets were pretty tough. I'm not getting all the way down, but I am getting pretty close. The thing about pull-ups is that when you get to the bottom of the rep, when you're like all the way down, that's where all the tension is, you know? That's where all the gains come from. So it's important that you get all the way down. So usually on the pull days, the back days, I'm doing a lot of low bar squats, and I'll show you guys a little bit later, but there might come a point where I just stop low bar squatting, and just focus on the high bar squat, because it's getting like I might have to go to a professional. Like this, I can't figure out the bar placement, which is kind of embarrassing. I've seen so many YouTube videos and so many different people explain where you put the bar, how you put your hands, where you put your elbows, you blah, 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 blah. And it just always feels uncomfortable. I don't know what it is, but I might have to go to like an actual gym and just have somebody explain to me how I low bar squat, which is embarrassing. I've never felt like technically so inefficient at something before. Usually whenever I'm doing a lift, I can figure out the form pretty easily. It's lifting, not rocket science. But when it just comes to the low bar squat, which is, this is a squat every day YouTube channel. Like, what do you mean I don't know how to squat? But I mean, that's what it feels like. I don't know how to squat when it comes to this. So it is what it is. You'll see, like, I've been experimenting a lot with the placement of it. How far out I put my hands. I put them at just barely outside my shoulders. I put them way outside my shoulders. All this stuff. Just try to get like the right angle. I mean, the bar path's good. Like I know the squat part of it. I just don't know like how to hold the weight. And it is upsetting because I really was like hoping the low bar squat could take me to the next level. Like I was hoping that the low bar squat would be what gets me to 405. Figuring that part out, but it just hurts. It just hurts my shoulders a lot. It used to hurt my wrist. I figured that part out. I don't get wrist pain anymore when I'm low bar squatting, but the shoulder pain's bad. The elbow pain's bad. It's just all bad. So there's that. So yeah. Just one thing at a time, I guess. Even though I wasn't able to get like the low bar squat down, I still had a pretty good lift. I did have some technical difficulties with the camera. There were a couple sets that just straight up were not recorded. I don't know what the problem is. I actually have to troubleshoot a little bit, but I pressed record and then the camera just said, nope. I'm actually gonna stop recording after 3 seconds. So I'll figure that part out, but there are a couple like more sets of stuff that I did that just straight up didn't get recorded. Anyway, back to the whole deloading stuff. It felt really weird, to be honest. Some of these days not lifting. I had plenty. I mean, I did do a lot of just like sleeping. That was nice. The extra time I just spent sleeping. I had a nice road trip. I was in San Francisco for a day. That was fun. I got to do some stuff outside of lifting. That was nice. I got to drive up and down San Francisco. Spent the day there. Spent the night on the road. And then just like other things. Spent a lot of time with my family. Got to see my friends. It was a really good week. I mean, I also was extremely sick. Yeah, I feel a little bit sick again today. I mean, I just coughed right now, but I think I got like sick again, which is frustrating. I thought I just recovered, and I thought I was on the downhill slope, and looks like I'm getting sick again. To be fair, I have not slept very well the past few days. I slept like 3 hours, and then I slept like 5 hours the next day. And then today, I actually finally did really well. I slept like 6 hours, but I also took like a 4 hour nap. I'm about to get like another 6 hours in right now, after I finish uploading this. So, so yeah. And I talked to all my coworkers, and they're like, yeah, something's going around the hospital because we all have the same symptoms. I'm like, dude, I'm waking up at 3 a.m. just coughing and like hacking and even like dry heaving. And they're like, oh, dude, I have the exact same thing. I wake up at 3 a.m. and I'm dying of sickness. So we all have similar symptoms. It is what it is. Yeah, that's the thing about the front lines. When you're working on the front lines, you can just catch a stray bullet. And yeah, there's a lot of experiences that happen where you just talk to a patient. You're in the room with them for like 20 minutes. You're setting them up on the monitor. You're blah 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 blahing with them, and like 2 hours later, they're like, oh, by the way, that patient has tuberculosis, and you're like, huh? That patient has COVID. That patient has strep throat. That patient has pink eye. That patient has, okay, the worst one is scabies. Scabies and lice. Usually, when they come in, they have scabies or lice. So at least there's that. That's never like surprising, but a lot of times people just come in like coughing or whatever, and you really don't know why they're coughing, until you know why they're coughing, and then it's too late. That's the thing about the front lines. Anyway, back to the Deload talk. I spent a lot of time sleeping. And I was just, I think that was like another thing that contributed to it. I was just so sick that I was like, okay, no, like, I'm actually not going to lift. The lifts would probably just hurt me more. And like, I just want to focus on recovering. And I felt really good. Like 2 or 3 days ago, I felt really good. So in some ways I'm a little bit upset, that I'm sick again. It is what it is. Anyway, I finally did some reverse curls. First time I've done those, like, it's been a while since I've done reverse curls. Probably like more than 5 years. So this is like a new exercise to me, pretty much. Started really slow, took a bunch of weight off of that easy bar. But it feels good. Hopefully I feel some soreness tomorrow. That way I know like I really hit the brachialis. That's like what I'm trying to get, because I've been doing like bicep work pretty much like the past 10 years. Long time I've been doing bicep work, and now I'm just thinking, okay, yeah, I want to get bigger arms, and I'm hitting some diminishing returns when it comes to the biceps. My biceps are getting that much stronger. So I thought that doing some reverse curls would be like a really good idea, just to get better at some stuff. So I'm excited for that. I also did some some shoulder rolls, which I'm excited to see how that works too, how that affects me. Really happy about that. But yeah, I mentioned this before, but I've been watching what I eat. I'm not doing like the bulking, stuffing myself till like I can't eat anymore thing, So it sucks because, I'm hungry, like for large portions of the day, but, it reminds me of my college days, going to sleep hungry, eating nothing but rice, really takes me back. And I always think about the fact that you don't have to like feel stuffed all the time. Like, you don't have to stuff your face. It's okay to be hungry. I think that's like one of the biggest like dieting tips I've ever gotten. Like, oh, you don't have to eat until you're not like completely satiated. Like, you can eat food and still be a little hungry at the end. You shouldn't eat until like you literally like can't. And I think it's been like, when I was bulking, I would eat so much food that like I couldn't lift for like another 2 hours. So it would take me longer to work out too. Or maybe like I just eat nothing like shit, donuts, nachos, blah, 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 blah. And then I'd go work out and I'm like about to throw up. Or like I can't breathe, or, like those cardio, like high intensity interval training workouts, they were just killer. And it's because I was eating like shit. I was eating, I should have eaten more like fiber-rich food. Higher on the glycemic index, lower on the glycemic index, something on the glycemic index, something that's more satiating, more fiber, that could, fill me up a lot more. But no, I was eating stuff very, very calorie dense, energy dense, taking me back to my nutrition class. But yeah, I'm not eating like shit anymore. So I am hopefully just gonna burn fat, maintain my muscle, but you know how the body always like takes away the fat before it takes away the muscle before the fat rather. So not excited about that. Hopefully I'm still able to hit some PRs while I'm at it, but it is what it is. I'm still gonna be lifting every day, but it might not be, monster lifts all the time. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. I don't know what else to tell you about my time off. Mostly was focused on sleeping. Spent a lot of time with my dog. It was like a nice vacation. I mean, I was still working. I was working and I was sick. But I was not sick enough to call off of work, but I was sick enough to not want to lift weights as well on top of that. So yeah, one thing at a time, and yeah, mostly just that. Still got a leg day tomorrow, and like I was saying before, my leg days before, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the low bar squat and I'm gonna make that heavy, that's gonna be my heavy squats. I'm just gonna lift heavy once every 3 days, and then like when I do leg days, I'm just gonna do a whole lot of stamina work. Just do high rep training for all the squats, and I'm starting to lean back on it. I think I'm just gonna do like very heavy high bar squats tomorrow, and just to see what I'm capable of. Bring back the 315 squats. Just to make sure I still got it in me. If I'm feeling like it, I'll do a set doing as many reps as possible. But, don't hold me to that. Maybe I'm not feeling like it tomorrow. So, yeah, that's all I really got. I took a nice 4-hour nap and I still feel so tired. I think the sickness is slowly coming back, and also all this resistance training. I'm really trying to get some more sleep. That's probably some of the biggest advice I can give. Is get a lot of sleep, eat a lot of protein. It's not just about the hard workouts. It's about, living a balanced life. Okay, that's all. Bye.